So I have a lot of people who come thinking, I want a divorce, my spouse wants a divorce, it's uncontested. No, that does not mean it's uncontested. Uncontested literally means that you agree on exactly how to split the property, you agree on exactly where your children are going to live, how far they're allowed to move, when they're going to be with the other parent, how much child support is, and all aspects of co-parenting. We can help you reach there, but very few people, when they come in, have really reached an agreement on all the issues that are going to come up during their divorce. The average length of a divorce in Texas is 8 months, but usually it ends when the parties reach an agreement. If you have a truly uncontested situation where there are no significant disagreements, there is a minimum of 60 days that have to elapse between the time the divorce is filed and the time the divorce is finalized. Usually in any situation, even if you have agreements, by the time you draw up the paperwork, get a hearing date, you're looking at between 2 to 3 months for an uncontested situation. Well, let's face it, if you and your spouse agreed on everything, you'd be staying married. If you're facing a divorce, there's some pretty significant areas where the two of you don't agree. So even beyond that, there tends to be a lot of areas that people don't entirely consider. And even if they are working together cooperatively at the beginning of the divorce process, as the divorce proceeds and they think more thoroughly about life after the divorce and what they're going to be looking at when this is over, some things that before they didn't care about, suddenly they do. The other thing that can really blow up an uncontested divorce is where one of the spouses starts dating and the other spouse finds out about it. And suddenly there are no agreements and everything's off the table and we're going to war. If you're wondering if you need an attorney to get divorced, there is no legal requirement that you use an attorney. Keep in mind, you can also legally remove your own appendix. Some things, just because you can do them, doesn't mean that you should. We see a lot of cases that began as do-it-yourself divorce, where people get started and then they find out that something wasn't done properly or the judge won't accept their decree and they don't know where to go. So, can you do your own divorce? I will tell you, if you have no children, no property, and a completely cooperative spouse, the Supreme Court of Texas actually puts out forms that you can do it yourself, texaslawhelp.org. However, if any of those situations are not accurate, if you have retirement to divide, if you have children, if you have property, you probably want to see an attorney. If you and your spouse truly have an agreement and all you want is somebody to draw up the paperwork for you, we can do that for you. A lot of times when we sit down with somebody and we start going through the agreement, there's a lot of things that they haven't discussed and they haven't decided. You can benefit from having an attorney sit down and go through that process with you before the divorce is filed. I'm Ruby Bolton, the founding attorney of the Bolton Law Firm. If you have found this video helpful, please click below. We have more information that we'd love to share.